Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the start of my Storm Collectibles journey. As you can see, I've managed to amass a little bit of Storm Collectibles here. Didn't notice this had a bit of a bash in before. That's supposed to be brand new, that's a bit of a problem. But yes, so today we are going to be doing Shao Kahn, and later in the line we have good old Goro here, Motaro, Sector and Smoke. We have Cyrax on the way as well, and also Raiden. Haven't arrived yet. But today we are doing the Emperor of Outworld. And you may have seen the previous video that had Kazuya. So today the Emperor of Outworld. He is not king, he is Kahn. He is Shao Kahn. So let me just move these remaining boxes out of the way. They shall be unboxed at some point later. And of course we'll do a scale comparison with each of them and show you just how massive these boss characters are. And this is him. He has a little bit of damage in the top right corner here, but just ignore that, This is what he looks like in the box. He has the Wrath Hammer, he has the helmet. I believe he has alternate hands and heads. Let's take a look at the back of him. Kahn's Warlord helmet. Let me read this. Shao Kahn was Outworld's protector and advisor to the realm's rulers on Naga. The Mortal Kombat tournament prevents him from taking any realm by force, but if Shao Kahn's champions win 10 consecutive tournaments, Earth Realm will be his. As long as his champions Shang Tsung and Prince Goro do not fail him, he will be victorious. So, let us hope that never happens. This is, of course, the Mortal Kombat 2 version of Shao Kahn. He's went through quite a bit of changes over the years in Mortal Kombat Deception, Mortal Kombat 9, or Mortal Kombat as it was known then, and latest in Mortal Kombat 11, where he has the dragon arm, as it is, which there's a lot of theory and speculation on. People think that Shao Kahn is becoming Onaga. So, let us jump right in, shall we? Let us see what we have in the box. I was going to open that on its side, but this is all falling apart here. If you can see this, the little plastic bit here falling off here. But Shao Kahn is very, very hard to come by nowadays, so I have got a second-hand one, which I am completely fine with. It still cost me a lot of money. It still at least £200. Oh my god. Oh, thankfully I'm not planning on reselling them, so the box isn't required. But here we have it. So the main features that Shao Kahn comes with is obviously he comes with his throne, he comes with the Wrath Hammer, he comes with the helmet. And it also, at one time, seeing Shao Kahn without his helmet was a big thing. So it was very, very cool to see, just comic panels where he didn't have his mask on. Because people didn't know what he looked like, people didn't know what his species was or anything. Oh, so this is interesting. Shao Kahn actually comes in a completely separate plastic packaging from the throne. So, we're going to take a look at the throne first then, it seems. Seems that the packaging decided that for me. So here we have it, the very iconic throne, which of course Shao Kahn was seen sitting on in Mortal Kombat 2, and that's also where you fight Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 2. He stands up off his throne after you beat Kintaro, and this is the very throne itself. As you can see, it's got the skull armrests. It's got all this writing on here. I don't know if it is writing, it's just kind of markings, but it's very, very cool. And on the back of it, it has, of course, the Mortal Kombat symbol itself, the dragon, which is very, very nice. It feels hollow, but it's a good solid plastic, so that's nice to see. It doesn't look like it's going to be taking any damage if you accidentally drop it or such. It's not fragile in the slightest, so very nice. Storm Collectibles is always very, very good at this. So we're going to put the throne over here, and let's take a look at Shao Kahn. So let's take this bad boy out of his packaging. Shao Kahn cannot be held by mere plastic. We shall just remove this over here for the time being. And let's take a look at the figure himself first. Let's remove the plastic packaging. As I said, this was second hand, but it looks to be kept in very good condition. It even contained the original plastic sheet covering. Shao Kahn slips out very nicely, and oh my goodness, look at the sight of him. He is huge. Check his joints. Okay, we'll move this for just now. That can come back in a little bit. So let us see what we have. He is quite the boss-like character. Let us see without the helmet. Yes, this is the Shao Kahn that I remember from the comics and the artwork, which is very nice to see. So Shao Kahn doesn't officially have a species. He's sort of a demigod. Basically, Raiden was put in charge of protecting Earthrealm. Shao Kahn was put in charge of protecting Outworld. And Onaga was the ruler of Outworld. And then Shao Kahn decided to poison him while he was asleep or something. Because Shao Kahn didn't want to fight him one-on-one. And then Shao Kahn took over, and when he took over, he started taking over all the other realms as well. He took over Edenia, which is the famous one, but he also took over Devora's people, the insects. He also took over Kotal Khan's tribal areas. There was also a war going on between the Shokans, which is Goro's race, and the Centaurs, and Shao Kahn put an end to that simply by showing up, because they were like, okay, well, this guy's the threat, and then they started working for him out of fear, so that put an end to that thing. But even then, the Shokans and the Centaurs still didn't like each other, and there's an ongoing story with that, an ongoing feud, which hopefully we'll see more of that in the later Mortal Kombat games. Oh, that is a stiff arm. This one isn't so much stiff. He has the butterfly joints in the shoulders, which is good. This butterfly joint on the left here is a little bit strange. This one you can see it's a lot more prominent, but the one on the right, that's rather strange. I do notice that the Shao Kahn has some dust on him. I think maybe this Shao Kahn has been out in the open for a little bit. So I've been sitting on a collector's shelf somewhere. But I'm very, very happy with him. I don't see any major flaws with him. He obviously has he's got the double elbow as well. He's got the rotation on the bicep, he's got the rotation on the wrist. The forearm gauntlets, this is a soft plastic, you can see these can be pressed in. The hands are soft plastic, the chest is soft plastic, the stomach isn't, the shoulders and arms aren't, the head is solid. These are very rubbery, very kind of loose things. I think you need to be careful with them. Obviously these are not meant to be played with at all. They are collector's things. The spikes in the knees are soft plastic as well. So are the shin guards. And so is obviously this little tassel thing. That is all the soft rubbery plastic, which adds to the niceness of it. So yes, this butterfly is bothering me a little, just because it doesn't seem to look good or work as intended. But the other one's fine. No, I don't think that's the fault of the person that sold it to me. I think that is the fault of the manufacturer. I think that's just the way that he's built. But as you can see, he's completely unique. None of the parts are reused. Like even, you know, the leg muscles here, you know, this is unique for Shao Kahn. I don't think that's used in any other character. You know, the bicep muscles, the veins coming out and everything. So the story is the guy that played Shao Kahn the actor for Mortal Kombat 2, he was a bodybuilder. And he wasn't actually all that tall. He was relatively short, but obviously they scaled him up to make him into the giant that he is. But yes. So interestingly enough, although this helmet is the Mortal Kombat 2 helmet, it does have the spikes here exactly as the helmet that fell down in Deadly Alliance. So when Shang Tsung and Quan Chi kill Shao Kahn, it's not actually Shao Kahn, it's actually a clone, the helmet rolls off and it's covered in blood, and it's exactly this helmet. So they've really done a lot of attention to the detail in this, which is really nice to see, and the helmet fits on absolutely perfectly. You can see that, if you can get the light in there, you can see that the eyes line up perfectly with the helmet, which is very, very nice to see. So let's look at the accessories that come with him then. So he has all of the multiple hands. Let's look at the Wrath Hammer first, which is obviously very synonymous with Shao Kahn. And yes, this is exactly the Wrath Hammer as the Mortal Kombat symbol. It also has like kind of blood markings on it, which is very nice to see, very cool. As the spike in the end. It also has the big spiked spear at the back here, if we would focus, there we go. And yep, you can see that it's got a little bit of blood work on the end of it. I think you can also get a bloody version of Shao Kahn, but I think it's nicer, this version. But it's nice to see that the Wrath Hammer isn't something pristine that he keeps. He keeps it exactly like the weapon that it is meant to be. It is what he uses to conquer realms. So let's look at the second head, which is a much more aggressive Shao Kahn head. You stay there. So as we can see, he's got the teeth, and look, the detail in this painting is fantastic. You can see that the eyes is that kind of snake-like eye with the snake slit, or the cat eye, if you prefer. Is that a bit of dust, a bit of marking there? No, I think that might just be a manufacturing error. A little bit of a scratch there. But yeah, so it's very, very nice. People initially thought that Shao Kahn was maybe one of Baraka's race, the Tarkatans, but no, he's obviously far, far more than that. So as you can see here, you can see the inside of the skull, or the helmet is actually made to just go around the head. And as you see, if we just put this on this head here, unfortunately the helmet, because of the lower jaw of the skull, it does make it that you can't actually see the teeth when the head is in. But it's still nice to have the unmasked version. I think one of the first times we saw him properly unmasked was in Shaolin Monks, where Liu Kang throws the hammer back at Shao Kahn and it knocks the helmet off his head, which is a really, really cool scene. I think that's the end boss fight actually of Shaolin Monks. So in terms of the hands, it looks like they're the same on both sides. We'll just go over one side. So firstly, we have the point finger, which is obviously Shao Kahn is well known. Focus. Fine, don't focus, quicker. The first one is the point finger, which Shao Kahn is known for doing his taunts, which he does in Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. And in Mortal Kombat 11, they started making it a sort of meter thing, where one of the taunts decreases the opponent's defense and another one decreases their power. So, that's the "you will die," or "it's official, you suck," and such other catchphrases that Shao Kahn says. When, because it's not enough to just beat your opponent, you have to taunt them while you're doing it, according to Shao Kahn. Here we have the grip hand, which, as you can see, focus, there we are. This is a much more sort of open hand. It's not exactly the tiger claw. It's just that the fingers are a lot more curved, as you can see, than what his regular hand is. The regular hand is much more open palm. This is more of a sort of curved hand. I think this is maybe what would be used, for gripping the you know, the armrests of the chair. I think that's maybe what its purpose is. Then, of course, we have the closed fist, I believe. Because, oh no, this isn't a closed fist. This is actually the open palm, which is used for holding the Wrathhammer. Now, it's very cool that you get two open hands like this and not just one, because it means that you can actually hold the Wrathhammer two-handed, which that can give you some very nice poses for photographs, if that's what you're into, or just posing on your shelf. And the last one is the closed fist, he said with a rather strange accent. And yes, this is the thing that would knock opponents across the entire screen. And you can see he's got his spikes on the end of his, I wouldn't say glove, don't know what you would say. Gauntlet, maybe? In case anyone is wondering why I have my nails so long, those are the claws of the Grand Cat, because I am the Grand Cat, and Grand Cats have long claws. That is how that works. I do get that question on occasion, and I do have to answer it sometimes. The reason why I keep my nails long is because when I was a professional card game player, they don't tend to video your face, they tend to video your hands. And I wanted to make myself stand out, so having long claws was the way to go around it. So these hands are completely moldable. They are soft rubber plastic, and as you can see, not much difficulty goes into sorting that. So now, can Shao Kahn hold the Wrathhammer? That is the question, because if he can't, it's a bit of a problem. So these hands should just pop off, just like so. It's a nice little clip, and then you just have to be a little bit diligent, especially the first time that these are put in. So although this is second hand, it doesn't look like the original user ever used this hand. And Shao Kahn is right-handed, so this is correct. I do try to keep my figures correct. You know, Link holds the Master Sword in his left hand because Link is left-handed. Which is a very, very strange thing if you didn't notice. Sephiroth is also left-handed, and now people are going to go look that up and go, wait a minute, I'm certain I've seen Sephiroth wield the Massam in his left hand. No, you haven't. He never ever has. Or his right hand even, sorry. He's always used it in his left hand. And he generally tends to do it one-handed as well. So there we are, put him into a nice little action pose. How does he stand? What's his balance like? Balance seems a little bit off, but he is a husky figure. A lot of husk. There we are. How does that look? Doesn't look so bad. And there we go. So, how does Shao Kahn size up in comparison to a regular Storm Collectibles figure? Let us see. Over here we have Kazi-chan, Kazuya, and these are to scale. So you can see, I'm going to move the camera down a little bit. I know, this is not exactly professional, it is on a metal pole, and this is what I am working with. There we go. It's not perfect, but good enough. So you can certainly see the size difference, that Shao Kahn is significantly taller. Not by a massive amount, but by enough that you would be able to say, you know, like there's a difference, you know, that this is a boss character rather than, you know, a regular fighter. And also Shao Kahn, in terms of width, is, you know, massive. And Kazuya is already, you know, a pretty, pretty muscular character, but you can just see in terms of the width of the shoulder blades, the back, everything, that yes indeed, Shao Kahn is quite a bit massive. I just realised that his side here is a little bit off. Just try and turn that around a bit. There we are. But Shao Kahn is meant to be massive. There we are. Maybe I had him imbalanced a little bit. Yeah. So you can see that there is a massive difference. So yeah, Shao Kahn is very, very cool. I'm very, very happy with him. I'm very happy with the throne as well, and the, as it's known, the ultimate game degree, the Great Equalizer, the Triple H Sledgehammer, the Wrath Hammer, by whatever name you want to call it. Shao Kahn, obviously the Triple H of wrestling game characters. If you don't know who Triple H is, he's a wrestler. No point in trying to explain to you if you don't know who Triple H is. But to anyone that does know who Triple H is, I'm sure they'll agree that he is very, very Shao Kahn-like. So, last thing, let us try posing Big Mr. Kahn on his chair, and we shall call it a video. Oh, hand is came off. Perfect. Oh, I see. This part of the hand actually came off. Oh, that's not meant to happen. That's a bit of a problem. Let's try putting that back in. I'm new to Strong Collectibles, but I've never had that happen before. It's a bit new. I'm hoping this isn't a problem. I'm hoping that... Having a little bit of issue with it. That may be a problem. I might try and do it off camera. You sit there for just now. Okay, let's put the hand back in. And let's just get you in a seated position. Make sure to line up the shoulders. Put this hand down like so. Put you in like this. Put the legs out. We try and fix this part here. And we position the hammer like so. And this arm, if we could come down a little bit, there we are. That should make it a little bit nicer. Trying to do posing on camera is never advised. And then you'll just assert the helmet, if the shoulders would allow. Okay, I'll admit, he's a bit of a persnickety figure. But worth it for the result. I think that looks quite nice. Just line it up with the eyes. And there we are. There is the Kahn himself, Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn. I'll just do a 360 of him in the chair. Let you all see. It's very nice. Very pretty. So, with the exception of that little wrist problem, which probably isn't a problem, hoping it's not a problem, I think this is a really, really good figure. I'm very pleased with it. And there, Kazi-chan can stand next to him, maybe stand behind. But there, I think that looks good. So, I hope you all enjoyed, and we shall see you all next time.